Ishvaro Riksha Shambho Mahadeva Mahadeva. Generally, according to Vedic science, Puranas, the day is known as Basant Panchami, the fifth day of spring, actually. From the drastic winter to a sudden change into the spring, it has got very symbolic significance in this. Brings a lot of happiness to the people. This is also known as from the absolute stillness where the winter was a cold, frozen, no life form actually. You must take it in that way, that where there is no life form, absolutely frozen. From that ice age, let us call it as ice age, where everything is inherent, but nothing was visible from that winter. So on this, when the Vasanta started, significant is that fifth day. Again, there is a significance of fifth day. So from those frozen time to suddenly there is a brightness, to the life. So it's the spring. On the fifth day, why? Because of the fifth day is that from that frozen stage, which is a reality, which is a truth, which is absolutely still, where there is nothing, what we call it as nothing. So from that Purusha, when the Prakriti was born, projected, when the Prakriti was projected, there was suddenly life form. There was life form, and which could be visible, that's why spring. There was life form, suddenly the leaves started coming, fresh leaves, fresh flowers, fresh this thing, and brightness. So suddenly the human being, so the happiness of the human being. So from the Purusha to Prakriti, the projection takes place towards that. 5 days because of the Panchendriyas, Panchabhutas, Panchakoshas, the ones which are consisting of these Panchas, is why the fifth day of the spring. That's the 5 days of, why fifth day, why not fourth, why not sixth? So it's 5 because of the Pancha Koshas, Panchabhutas, Panchapranas, Panchendriyas, all thus, the 5s significantly. So the fifth day is celebrated because that is the time when the Panchapranas were complete and the rejoicing of the human brain, human intelligence, human emotions have started. When 5 has been completed, if there are only 4, it's not complete. When 5 was completed, then the emotions of the human was complete. Imaginations, emotions, attachment, attraction, everything has started because the Prakriti has been projected. This is why the Vasanta Panchami. And when that happiness has come, there was lots of absolute brightness. So, and there were a lot of love and affection. Significance of love and affection. Because Prakriti has come. In Prakriti there is always love and affection. So the significance of love and affection. In this significance of love and affection, the Puranas have also associated, see, it has got absolute reasoning for everything. So everything is happiness, that happiness is brought here. Because of the emotions, because of intelligence, because of attachment. The dependency, they could visualize the dependence. Because this here, it is all not known. Because there are a lot of jnanam, lot of bhakti, everything is necessary to see the truth in the winter, truth in the frozen status. where it is frozen in the sense everything is in Sukshma Rupa, which is not exposed, which is not integrated, and which is not disintegrated. It's all integrated there. So here it is disintegrated. The life forms are disintegrated, emotions are disintegrated, bhakti is disintegrated. No? Everything is separated and one could choose and identify. This has become an excitement for the life form, Jivatma. So Jivatma celebrates that. It's a Pancha Dashi, Basant Panchami. This is also significant about the Kamadeva and Rati. This is the time when this, because the Bhagavan was in absolute frozen state, in the sense absolute Purushartha. From that Purusha, the Purushartha has come. That the Prakriti has come. So in order to make that Purusha into Prakriti, Kamadeva and Rati's Ullasa, that happiness, that's the significance of Kamadeva and the Rati's presence there. So they sing and dance because in order to evoke Shiv from his tapasya towards the leaving the brahmacharyatvam or vairagya status to the form of the which is a normal life, what we call, to bring him back, the Rati and Kamadeva was instructed by Indra to bring them back in that. So there has to be a lot of rejoicing, lot of singing, because all those things which can bring one into that, towards the Prakriti, from that status of the tapasya to the Prakriti. That's why there is a lot of singing, lot of and yellow has got a very significant color. The yellow is the significant color. Yellow shows the brightness. Yellow also shows about the sun. Yellow also, here you will find in the whole earth what happens. This is the time when the mustard seeds will flower. This is the time. The whole place will be yellow because their flowers are so bright yellow. So this significance is there. They are also connected with rejoicing. Yellow makes it bright. Suppose you've got a lot of yellow flowers in the garden makes it bright. Any other flowers will not make it bright. That brightness, the significance of yellow is that brightness again. So bringing the brightness into life form. They're all meant for Prakriti. So today is the celebration for the Prakriti. So from today exactly 41 days should be the Holi. From today 41 days. These 41 days is the significantly is because today Kamadeva shoot the arrow of that love towards Bhagavan Shiv and he got his anger or the jnanam from his third eye burns him into ashes. These 41 days are the tapasya by Rati for the Kamadeva to rise up. And the 41st day is the one when the papa of the Kalika should be burned. They have also significantly in Puranas they have associated with that. These 41 days is the one time given for accumulating so much of wood because Kalika was very powerful. So in order to burn that, so much of wood is required. So 41 days is a collection of wood, time given. So they collect all the food because the brightness is there, sun is bright, everything is bright, so you can get a lot of dried wood. So collection of wood so that 41st day the destruction, the evil can be destroyed and again the Kamadeva could be brought into life. So when you put all these things together, when you will find that they are all meant for the rejoicing of the Jiva, the rejoicing of the life form. Yes? Life form is beautiful. Life form is meant for destruction of the evil. Life form is meant for the destruction of the evil. The purpose of our life is meant for destruction of evil only, nothing other than that. This 41 days is the significance for the preparation of the destruction of the evil, and the rejoicing is that having got the birth, human birth, having got the Jivatma's birth, he rejoices because now he could choose, pick and choose, experience it, having experienced the experiments and experience the knowledge, can get acquainted with the learning process of the knowledge, and having got the learning process of the knowledge, he will understand and he will recognize and realize that from where he has come. Actually, he has come from that absolute stillness where everything is inherent. This spring, this summer, this monsoon, everything has come from that only. This reality will be understood by the human, by the Prakriti. So Prakriti is rejoicing because it could have the jnanam in order to understand that frozen stage. Otherwise, what we thought was the frozen stage is nothing, absolute nothing. But it is everything, because that is the Purusha that has got everything. This understanding, learning understanding begins from here, or learning understanding could be achieved during the process of this Vasanta. Is why Basant Panchami again. That is why this is associated with the Saraswati Puja in the eastern part of the country. Otherwise there is no Saraswati Puja. In this there is no place for the learning of living, the learning of knowing, the learning of the jnanam, to bring the jnanam, to learning of identification of these processes in order to have the life form turning into the Purusha, is why it is associated with the learning which is Saraswati. But this is again significant to the tapasya. That having got the opportunity to have the tapasya, life form is a tapasya. Every day's living is a tapasya. Yes, this is a tapasya. Every day's living is a meditation. Every incident in our life is each meditation, each tapasya. Like Buddha underwent 62 meditations, like human being undergoes the number of meditations throughout the life. Like eating is a meditation. It's tapasya. How to eat, why to eat, and what to eat, when to eat, have to have a discipline. So is why it is a tapasya. Yes. Earning is a tapasya. Artham. What artha? It can be vidya. That's why vidyadhanam sarvadhanal pradhanam. When vidya is there, anything acquired will be with knowledge. People who do not have knowledge will excessively accumulate things, whether it is necessary or not necessary, whether it is dhana, whether it is sukha, or whether it is asukha, whether it is dukkha, whether it is kashta. Anything, when there is no vidya, they will have more and more of accumulation of that unnecessarily. They do not know what to do with it, how to do with it. When you have vidya, when you have jnanam, then you will be in a position to acquire what is necessary from the Prakriti in order to get the tapasya done. Is why this Basant Panchami is significant for rejoicing, because the opportunity to do this tapasya, we should be able to understand this, and then we can do the tapasya in life. So in our life form, as I told, that nothing is bad. Everything is a tapasya. If it is understood as a tapasya, if it is understood as a meditation, each and every significant, any occasion is a meditation. Sleeping is a meditation. Eating is a meditation. Drinking a glass of water is a meditation. Everything is a meditation. Everything is a tapasya. If you knowingly look at it, with the jnanam, if you do all these things, then you will find everything is tapasya. Everything is meditation. Meditation is not only sitting and closing the eyes. As I told you, in our life, each and every step has to be meditation. Each and every moment has to be meditation. We have to live in meditation. Our jiva is tapasya. Our life is tapasya. Then when through tapasya only we can live. Otherwise it's not living. As we said, in the Jagrata Avastha, we will be living in Swapna Avastha. That's all. Whether it is Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti, in all the stages, we are only in Swapna Avastha. All in the unwanted impressions of unwanted knowledge. That's all. So, The learning process begins here. Is why the importance of Basant Panchami. So today is that the identification of the life form. Why the life form? So having got that life form, one rejoices. And that life form, you should know that why you have got it. And rejoicing is meant for that you got an opportunity to do tapasya, do experience and experience the karmas, karma phalas and things like that, so that you can identify the brahmacharyatvam, then you can identify the truth from where you have come and what is the status of the truth. Why it is frozen? Because there the emotions are not there. The unwanted accumulation is not necessary. All those activities are frozen there. All those karmas are frozen there. It's why we call it as a frozen status. The jiva is frozen there. The living is frozen there. But a complete form is that that's the truth, the reality, where the inherent sukshmata is completely inherent in that. Is why this Basant Panchami is celebrated. Is why also it is associated with Saraswati Puja because of the process of learning. They called it as, so they put it as Saraswati Puja. This is the significance of Basant Panchami. So have that meditation. So living is a meditation. We are doing meditation only to make us realize and bring to our living as meditation. Once the living becomes a meditation, everything is absolutely in abundance and everything is absolute brahmacharya. Everything is realization of the Brahman. That's all. So Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmam, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmam. The meaning of Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmam will be identified only when we start living. Living means that real, as I told you that in the last classes and all that, when you start really living, then only the true happiness comes. The true happiness in the sense, the happiness which is not associated with dukkha and kashta, which doesn't associate with dukkha and kashta. Otherwise, every happiness is associated with great dukkha behind it, as a dark shadow behind it. The real reality of that happiness is realized only when we have that jnana. That is called meditation. Only to attain that one have to do the meditation. So, if the living becomes that brahmacharyatva, the identification of the Brahman, then the living becomes absolute happiness. That is called the brightness, that is called the yellow, that is called the rejoicing of Panchami, going beyond the fives, going beyond the fives. Panchami, after Panchami. It's why Panchami day is celebrated, so that the Panchami is over, beyond the Panchami. Then only the real happiness comes. So let us rejoice that. It's why that. Om Shanti Shambho Mahadev.